The Spokane County Sheriff's Office major crime detectives are investigating a case of a body found in Medical Lake. What we know tonight. And the U.S. House passed a bill that would make daylight saving time permanent year-round. Today, residents told KREM 2 that change could impact their daily routine.
We're in weather impact alert mode as triple-digit heat is possible tomorrow across parts of the inland northwest, as well as thunderstorms. Red flag warnings are going to be in effect for Thursday as well.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 5 tonight. I'm Mark Hanrahan. First up tonight, the U.S. House passed a bill that would make daylight saving time permanent. If that bill becomes law, it would end the twice-a-year clock changes in the spring and in the fall. Well, today residents told us that change could impact their daily routine. KREM 2's Emily Fox-Million has the story.
Spring forward, fall back, it's a routine Americans have been following for decades.
Now the U.S. House voted to keep the country on daylight saving time year-round, if the bill ultimately becomes law.
It wreaks havoc on me as a mom with a lot of little kids. By the time we get used to it, it feels like we have to change again.
Lazarenko has 4 children and says every time the clocks change, so does her family's routine.
It disturbs everything. The kids don't want to go to bed on time or get up on time. You just feel tired and more sickly when that happens. The whole family does.
Supporters like Marina say making daylight saving time permanent would end those twice-a-year disruptions and give people more evening daylight. The bill now heads to the U.S. Senate.
It's so hard to get up in the morning with the kiddos for school schedules, and then in the evening they don't want to go to bed. So that's the most difficult thing about it.
Washington Senator Patty Murray posted a video celebrating the House's passage of the bill.
Now the House has passed it, and the White House has said they will support this bill. We have never been closer to getting this done.
Not everyone we spoke with felt strongly about the change.
But overall, I just don't feel like it affects me personally so much as it is a convenience or inconvenience. Just an annoyance, right? I don't feel like it's not going to change my life drastically.
Washington is one of 19 states that has already passed legislation supporting permanent daylight saving time if Congress changes federal law. Idaho has passed similar legislation for the part of the state in the Pacific time zone. Under current federal law, states can observe standard time year-round, but they cannot adopt permanent daylight saving time on their own.
If the Senate passes the bill and the president signs it into law, Americans would no longer need to spring forward in March and fall back in November. In Spokane, Emily Fox-Million, KREM 2 News.
All right, let's talk weather at 5 o'clock with meteorologist Michelle Boss. Michelle, we are in a KREM 2 weather impact alert, so tell us why for tomorrow.
Yeah, so we have a couple of reasons this time. We're talking about elevated fire danger, but for slightly different reasons than what we've had in the past several weeks where it was gusty winds and low relative humidity. This time we're looking at, it is hot and dry, but we're looking at the possibility of isolated thunderstorms, so dry lightning, even if it's accompanied by a brief rain not enough to really mitigate that danger. And then we're also looking at some pretty hot temperatures, the hottest of the season. We're in the low 90s today, but could be seeing upper 90s for tomorrow in some spots in the 100-degree mark. And we've got some triple-digit heat out there right now across parts of central Washington where we've been generally in the low to mid-90s here locally. Heat advisories have been issued for much of eastern Washington. Coeur d'Alene is included in that, and that is for tomorrow afternoon and evening with those temperatures in the 90s to low 100s. But because of the potential for thunderstorm activity for central Washington, red flag warnings have been put into effect. We could see some of those isolated thunderstorms this evening, but that's also possible for tomorrow and tomorrow night. Otherwise, relatively quiet out there right now, though we are looking at a little bit of isolated shower activity right now across parts of central Washington. So we'll continue to monitor that. Otherwise, the rest of the region should be clear out there with hot temperatures on the way for tomorrow and staying warm all week long with highs in the 90s.
All right, sounds good, Michelle. We'll check back in with you later in the show tonight. Meantime, several wildfires have already burned across eastern Washington, and today fire officials are urging people to stay prepared through the summer as a new burn ban takes effect this Friday. In our effort to bring you more to every story, KREM 2's Regan Gallo explains what to expect for the rest of the year.
Out of an abundance of caution, the Washington Department of Natural Resources is issuing a burn ban on all DNR-managed lands across eastern Washington.
But make no mistake, we are definitely in fire season now. We will continue to see these hot, dry conditions develop on the landscape.
The ban takes effect this Friday. Ryan Roderick with the DNR says this means no burn piles, campfires, or the use of charcoal briquettes.
We are in an El Nino period, which will exacerbate those hot, dry conditions.
So far this season, DNR crews responded to major fires across eastern Washington, including the Upriver, B&O, Chelan Hills, and Ryegrass Coulee fires.
To date, we have seen several large, costly fires.
Those fires have destroyed more than 38 homes and left many properties damaged. DNR's dashboard reports the B&O fire is still burning, but at 95% containment, with just under 3,000 acres impacted.
90% of the fires that we see develop on the landscape in Washington state have a human cause. So really the most important thing folks can do is exercise caution.
The United States Drought Monitor reports parts of Spokane County are in moderate drought, while parts of Whitman Ferry and Okanagan counties are in moderate, severe, and extreme drought.
Have go bags at the ready and know what your actions are going to be should you be under the threat of wildfire or, unfortunately, an evacuation.
Again, the DNR burn ban on all DNR-managed lands east of the Cascades takes effect this Friday. I am told there is no timeline on when that burn ban may be lifted. Officials say when conditions improve, that's when they can safely lift it. For now, I'm reporting in Spokane, Regan Gallo, KREM 2 News.
KREM 2 has reached out to the Idaho Department of Lands for a similar update since fire season has started. We are still waiting to hear back from them. Turning now to some of the fires that we have been tracking. All evacuations have been lifted in the B&O fire near Okanagan, just outside of Omak. The roads have reopened as well. That fire is now just a little more than 2,700 acres in size. It's now 95% contained. Over the next couple of days, crews will mop up around structures and secure those containment lines. Meantime, the Greer fire now 72% contained. The Idaho Department of Land says light rain helped crews to strengthen containment lines. There are no evacuations in place, and Highway 11 was opened back up last night. However, the Idaho Transportation Department says to use caution and watch out for emergency personnel who might still be working near the roadway. Meantime, the Upper Smith fire near Bonners Ferry has grown. It is now burning more than 500 acres and is still 0% contained. However, there are also no evacuations in place. According to the U.S. Forest Service, lightning caused that fire. Smith Creek Road and the Long Canyon Trail are closed for firefighter access. In other news tonight, Daybreak Youth Center taking the Washington State Department of Health and other agencies to federal court after getting their licenses suspended back in 2023. Everything we know about the situation coming up in 3 minutes.